Well, hello and welcome, everyone. It is Wednesday. It is a day in the future. Welcome, Wayward Gamers, to the Emporium for the Wayward Gamer. I am Jay, also known as Neofet3. And that you're like, what? What's going on? Yeah, we're waking up a little bit here, so we're just gonna go with that. Hi everyone. Welcome to Saltmarsh Legends.
Why we all have hot coffee.
Yes.
Because for some of us, it's Oh Dark 30.
Yes.
God bless.
We have decided to do a little pre-records to make sure that Jeff is joined us. Some of you are like, wait a minute, who's that unfamiliar face? It's Jeff. He's back. So we're doing a little pre-records. That's why we're a little tired and just having our coffee in the morning.
And I'm incredibly appreciative.
And so before we start in and jump in, we're also learning some other stuff. GM Brynn.
Appreciative.
Yes. Let's go around and introduce ourselves and who are you playing? And we're going to start off, Carrie, you're right to my right or left.
Perfect.
Please.
I am Carrie. I am here and I am excited to be here. It's always a good time. And I am playing Brynn today, the slightly grumpy half-elf dragon mama. And that is us. I am really excited to dive in here.
Excellent. Welcome. It's always good to see you.
Thank you.
Jeff, how are you doing?
I'm quite well, sir. How are you today?
Not too bad.
Excellent. I am Jeff. I am playing Aviro Starborn. He's our high elf wizard slash, well, now emaciated pile of skin and bones.
Yes, Aviro has been
But the
found.
good news is that the gang's all back together.
The gang is back together.
Yay.
Definitely. Welcome back, Jeff.
Thank you,
Jim, how are you, sir?
Good. So I'm Jim, Hawkmare1 on Twitter. I apologize for the lighting behind me, but I'm in the Pacific Northwest at
Jim's in
Talon Claw
purgatory.
headquarters. Yes. So I'm on my laptop, but I'm happy to be here. And I'm playing the grumpy old dad of the group, Glastoc Steelcorp. So.
Grumpy old dad,
Yes.
party, enthusiast, whatever you like,
Love it.
It's chief alcohol provider.
Chief
Yes.
alcohol provider, yes.
That's Sergeant Chief Alcohol Provider to you.
Yes. Again, welcome everyone. We are playing some D&D here, and we are coming close to some season season 2 finales. But before we jump in, we are also, as we are learning this pre-record stuff, we are got technical issues here and there, and we're going to go through some of that stuff in just a moment. We have to do a recap because we lost some video. We lost about an hour of video of this great first half of an episode, and so we're going to recap it for you. But before we jump in and do that, we want to make sure and highlight and talk about our wonderful friends and affiliates, Talon and Claw and Smuggler's Coffee. Talon and Claw, the beautiful, wonderful woodworking dice vaults and GM screens. They are friends of ours, and we appreciate them so much. So, in the chat, you will see something, because by this time, something will be coming up, that if you go to their page and you put in Dragon Daddy, or if you just click on this link, it will automatically put it in for you. You will get 10% off on any of the stuff that you're purchasing. And I can guarantee there is some good stuff coming down the line. DM screens, some beautiful artwork. So when this is coming up, it's probably going to be right around GaryCon. And we will be at GaryCon, including with Smuggler's Coffee and Talon and Claw. So you do need to check them out. So we want to say thank you very much to them and make everyone know you need to go to their product and check them out. Additionally, Smuggler's Coffee, our wonderful friends at Smuggler's Coffee, fantasy themed coffee that they put. And at GaryCon, we have a special collaboration with them that will be revealed at GaryCon. So I'm hoping this will be before GaryCon. And if it does, you have to go and find out what that special collaboration is. And we're very, very excited that we can call our friends and affiliates them. So check them out. See the website. Go check them out. And we will go from there. Now, we dive into our game. Last episode, you noticed that they were going downstairs. They infiltrated the Church of the Purple Sheep. They found and knocked someone out in the main area that you saw last episode. But then they went down into the bowels of the temple.
When you say they knocked somebody out, I want to be very clear. Brynn knocked the shit out of somebody. It was amazing. It was a nat 20 clunk silence.
And that beautiful perfect. Just lay them down in the pew.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Weekend at Bernie's style. I'm sorry, I just had to interject. Please continue.
Oh no, please. That was wonderful. And as you went down into the dungeon, the bowels of the temple, the secret areas around, you started walking there and you found your first room. And you heard noises coming from holes, like pits in the ground with wooden pallets on top of them. They're cages in the stone, and you notice that some of them, there were some people surviving, and there were some people that had not survived, and there were actually some zombies in there. The cult was making zombies, and they were some of them had turned to zombies and some of them had not. And you rescued several people, and then you dispatched the zombies, and you're like, okay, this is not cool. Then you walked.
Wasn't it a put them out of their misery kind of situation?
Yes, it was.
I believe
it was very much like that. Yep. Little crossbow from the top, don't engage type situation.
Yeah.
And then, as you were moving along, you came to another room, and there were some sheep in there, some purple sheep. And you're like, oh, this is unusual. And the purple sheep tried to bite you and headbutt you, which you didn't care for, and you attacked it. And when
I want to point out to people, because they can't see this, on our Roll20 map that Jay's put together, he actually had purple sheep tokens.
He
not
had like
just generic sheep. They were actually dyed purple.
And it was 10 gajillion of them. It was 10 gajillion D.
Well, we're getting to some of that. The first room, there was only 3, and as you hit them, after you did they turned into wolves. Wolves in sheep clothing, so to speak.
Wow. I appreciate that just as much today as I did the other day.
It was entertaining. And then the wolves attacked, and you dispatched the wolves and one of them turned into a cultist. So you're starting to ascertain that, wait a minute, the purple sheep, the people that are missing and things are missing, they're being turned into purple sheep. which is quite unusual and very different. It's almost a polymorph spell, but unusual. Aviro, yes.
Yeah, Aviro noticed that it was some kind of polymorphical magic, but it was not a polymorph spell. There's something
Yes.
else going on, and he can't figure out what it is.
Can't
and he's
figure
very
out what
upset by it.
Yes. He does have a clue that is potentially a liquid that because there's a magical property that was in the main temple that was liquid, and something is, like I said, a
Did
liquid
Aviro
magical.
take a sample of that?
Yes, he did.
Oh yeah,
He
did
did take
You're
a
right.
sample of it, and you detected magic on it. So there's something that is liquid. And in one of the things that Aviro had noticed about observing the cult, they'd always bring people in and give them something to drink. And then sometime after the ceremony, the people would disappear. And it'd be one of those situations like putting two and two together type situation. Then you went into another room. And in this room, you're on a rickety second, like a second floor
Like a
bridge walkway that goes to a second floor door, but below you there is this large room with cages all kind of in different locations along the rim of this room. And there were sheep on top of the bridge. There's like a ton of sheep down below. There were some sheep in some cages, and there's just this full room of a lot of sheep. And the sheep on the bridge decided to attack you because it was almost guarding this. And when you dispatched the sheep, one of them turned into a demon, a bearded demon with this big shaggly beard. And it couldn't hit because I couldn't roll. And as one of the beards the guy was trying to grab you and try to, beard whisker you.
Snuggle
What it
with
says in
me.
the DM manual.
Yeah.
The beard whiskery. It's the
Beard
beard
whiskery.
whiskery.
It was unsuccessful.
Beard whisker attack. Yes.
It was unsuccessful at that. And then you dispatched that one, and then some more sheep were kind of moving towards you as they're coming, and you decided to retreat out of that, and a sheep followed you, and you retreated past the room where you fought, and the one sheep just stopped as it's
Slammed the
guarding
door.
the entry, and you slammed the door.
Mhm.
And that's where we're picking up. As the group...
That's the room that had the gabillion of the sheep in it.
Yes.
Sheep icons.
Yes. So the door you slammed was where the stairs to the pits. And there's the one room that you're at, and you're trying to figure out what to do now.
No, there was the other door that we were heading towards.
This one?
No.
This
the
one.
other one.
Down.
Oh, no,
south
you're
past
going
the
down
stairs.
south. That's right.
Yeah.
You're going to go down to this door down here.
Yes.
Okay. So, and that's where we pick up as you walk past the pits and you go back to a different door. And as you're discussing going to this, and you're talking as you're going to this door, what are you saying? What
Wait for me.
Yeah. I guess, Brynn would just be like, well, whatever we do, we should probably do it fast. I think they'll be after us as soon as they can get through that door.
Somebody knows we're here.
Yeah, I think a
Well,
lot of
only if
people
they
know we're
speak
here
sheep.
now.
You don't
Well-
know. They might speak sheep. You
Hey.
don't know.
Brynn would be feverishly checking for traps, like as we approach this door.
Okay. Give me a investigation check, please.
Okay.
I'm remembering we are in D&D.
Oh my god!
Meow!
It's a nat 1 because it bounced off this knucklehead's tail.
Thank
But
you,
that's
Kitty.
perfect.
Yes.
Mark it down.
It was. Oh, god.
Meow meow.
And we're
Hey,
off.
Speaking of the list,
There
do we
was a
start-
trap,
Do
but
we
there's not
restart
anymore.
a list for every season for our 1s and 20s, or are we just adding to a giant, huge
I
thing?
think there's-
We
that's a good
are
question.
adding to a giant list, but we
Okay.
will actually season
Separate
1
them
and
by-
we will separate them by seasons. But I think I have to double check the spreadsheet. I know Brynn is.
Sorry to diverge,
leading.
I was
Oh
just
no! Brynn is definitely leading.
I think I'm leading in everything. I think I'm
Yeah.
leading in nat 20s and nat 1s.
Yes, yeah, but I was close. There was a close one but I roll more, so potentially. So as you make your way, you do not find any traps, anything like that.
Good. Oh, thank God. Well,
Yeah.
Yep.
alrighty. Let's continue on. Everything's fine. Do. And Brynn would smile and like stand up and just wing the door open if she can.
Yeah. And as you wing the door open,
Boom.
boom, you find, as I get to the reveal part, dun dun dun,
The giant
find a
compass
room.
rose.
Oh,
you find a room.
Go
But
back the other way.
this
That's what I was afraid of.
This room is quite unusual, and Aviro, you are impressed, for it is a full-on circular room. Like it's
Like perfectly circular.
perfectly circular. And what you notice is that
Spherical or cylindrical?
spherical.
Oh,
So
wow.
even the
Like a
walls curved.
dome.
Even the walls are curved. Everything is curved. It is a full-on
it's
like circle.
Basically a ball.
It's
Like
ball.
the floor is even like
Yeah,
The floor is
it's
concave.
no, yeah. So, and you
The
were
floor is
coming in the
concave.
middle. You were coming in the middle of this ball
Oh, great.
of a room.
cool.
And
So
the
how
thing,
far? Sorry, go ahead.
it's about 30 feet total. So you're about probably 10 feet down and about 20 feet up, or about 10 feet up, because you're about that 10 feet doorway. So it's like 10 feet down, 10 feet up as you're coming in.
Well,
Okay.
okay.
And it's about
Gotcha.
30 feet wide, 30 feet tall, and the doorway's
Engineer Jim's
coming
gonna
into
shut
into the center. But what you notice is that there's like 3 or 4 things that are floating in the room, as if it's, the best way to describe it is if you were in outer space and the things are just floating in mid-air.
Brynn shuts the door immediately.
And it's a pen and like a little
Without
like a
even
little
realizing what the
gem.
items are.
They're
I
just
am
kind of
not curious.
floating.
It was a pen and a what?
And like a small gem with a little
Pen and a-
necklace
I can-
attached to it.
I totally picture Brynn just like, nope.
Yep. I slam the door and I'm like, I have. What was that? I don't trust it. I don't. That room was a sphere. What were those things, Aviro?
I would very much like to see a closer look. Can we open
This
the door?
actually works out perfectly because with Brynn in front and Glastoc in the middle, and Naviro's probably just tall enough that he can see over Brynn.
Yeah,
Glastoc
like the
has no clue
shot
what's
is
going
like
on.
us, like doink doink doink.
But still, I think we should look at that. We should look at that. I think we should look at that.
What if it kills us?
What if it doesn't?
That's a very
Oh,
Glastoc
now you're brave.
attitude. By all
Yeah,
means, go for
Yeah,
it.
please.
I make myself skinny and I get up against the wall and I let Aviro get up in there.
And Aviro, as you
Oh.
open the door, give me an Arcana check, please.
I'd love to give you an Arcana check for 24.
Oh, jeez.
This room is clearly, it's almost as if
Magical.
this is yes, this is
don't
a
say.
magical meditation room, and it has a
Oh.
permanent levitation spell in it. So you are literally levitating when you walk into this room. You would levitate.
I have
Everything
not-
levitates.
Okay, I have not walked into the room. Just to
No,
be
I know,
specific.
but you
Okay.
can tell that it's perfectly perfectly spherical, and it's
Mhm.
basically it's magically intuned, permanently magically imbued. That there's a permanent levitation spell in here, and it is the walls are like of a red and orangish color, and just this nice, and it is truly you've heard of these places. This is the best meditation location you've read about these things, that they're around all over. This is one of those meditation rooms that you've always
Wow.
heard about.
This is the meditation room. I'm sure of it. Glastoc, have you any rope on you? He takes it and he mage hand ties. He doesn't take it.
Yep,
He
of
mage
course.
hand ties it around him.
Mhm.
He mage hands
Because why would he trust his,
and then
Yep.
he hands the rope back to Glastoc and he says, "Hold."
No, the mage hand.
He mage hands it back to Glastoc.
Yeah. Mhm.
Hold me. I'm going to try something.
Glastoc, as he's holding the rope, leads back to Brynn and says, "How much you want to bet he falls?"
I'll put
So-
3 gold on it right now.
How much
So
you give me if I let go of the rope?
None. Don't be a bully.
so Aviro backs up all the way to them, and then he runs and he jumps off.
Whoosh. And then he just starts floating. And then he
And I,
actually
like, flick 3 gold over to.
and then
Glastoc.
you actually your
Glastoc just puts his
momentum
hand like this.
and you're about to hit the other side of the wall with your momentum. Give
Yeah.
me an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics, please.
Say, can Glastoc kind of like pull the rope taunt?
19.
I'm sure he doesn't.
Yeah. So you pull the rope, and just as he pulled the rope, he kind of bounces off, and then as you're
With a
doing
19,
that
I got a
swimming,
19.
yeah, you're
You
fine.
don't hurt yourself.
Oh.
No, yeah, you're fine. You anticipate the pull and the thing, and you adjust yourself, and you're just floating in this room as you're doing the
He tucks
balancing.
and twists,
Yeah.
like swimmer twists.
and then
He
all
gets
of a
his
sudden
feet on the other side of the wall.
and then you just you stop your momentum, and you're sitting there now. You're floating in this room.
Cool.
It's bizarre.
Hey, Jay, you said there were 3 items floating in the room.
Actually, just 2. So there's a
Okay,
small
2,
gem
okay,
with
alright.
like a thin necklace, like a thin necklace attached to it, and then there's a pen in there.
So a pen and a pendant.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Man, there's like nothing to stop any kind of momentum in here, is there? Like
Just
it's
yourself, and
just
you're
myself,
able,
yeah,
just
which
yourself.
is nothing. So
And with your
I'm-
acrobatics, you able to adjust and move, basically, push back, and you can get to a natural state of
yeah, he'll try and go out and get a closer look at the pen and the pendant.
yeah. The pen is a nice quality. It's not magical, but it looks like a nice quality pen. It's probably somebody was jotting something down and left it in here. And the
Is it a
pendant,
quill or is it like a fountain pen? Like,
it's
is
a
this
quill.
An
It's a
out
quill.
of time thing?
No, it's
Is it-
not a Tom thing. It's a quill.
Okay.
And the gem, it looks like a probably a diamond type, probably worth 200 gold or so, with a small little like necklace that around it. So someone may have left it mistakenly in here.
Glastoc, Brynn, can we take 10 minutes for me to examine this?
Well, considering we're going to have to go back the way we came, you take as much time as you want, big guy.
Excellent. I would like to ritually cast detect magic on this. Oh, I guess it doesn't work that way. I would just like to detect magic and see what shows up.
So as you detect magic, the gem and the quill do not go magic, but this
Surrounded.
entire room is just magic. You are
Okay,
just
yeah. I would then like to cast identify. Oh no, it's not magical. I don't need to identify it,
Yep.
right?
They're not magical items.
Okay, great. They're not magical. They're just mundane. Ooh, it's a Quill Master 7000.
No, it's only a
Oh,
quill.
my
It's a quill apprentice.
Quill Master.
No, it's a quill
Oh, it's a Quill
apprentice.
Apprentice. It's a cheap
5,000. Yeah, it's not a great
one.
one.
It's a cheap one.
Yeah.
It's a Quill Apprentice. Ooh.
And Brynn is sitting at this point up against the wall, just kind of like picking at her nails, and just like, "Ooh,
Is there an appraise in this? No, there's not an appraise.
No, but
can I
you estimate the gem is about 200 gold.
having a parent as a jeweler,
Yes. Yeah, it's 200
I
gold.
could probably 200 gold.
200 gold.
All right.
Mhm,
All right.
roughly.
While all this is going on, Glastoc's going to lean over to Brynn and say, why don't you go back and make sure nothing's coming through the door yet? Because if we're going to have to go back that way, we're going to have to go through the door.
yeah, good idea." And Brynn would stand up and kind of like go back to this intersection, and then make her way back to where we came from, and like kind of listen at that door for like any head-butting sounds, or
So,
like
yeah, there's
yeah.
no headbutting. You hear the occasional
But is it close to the door, or is it
Nope.
further away?
No, it's further away.
kind of milling
Okay.
Further away.
around. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Brynn would just kind of stay there and wait for Aviro's 10 minutes.
20. 10 minutes. Yeah. 10
Okay.
20 minutes.
So as you're waiting, 10 minutes go by and stuff like that. But yeah, you're set. And yeah, nothing's coming through the door or anything like that.
Good.
So
Well, if they're once Aviro can learn no more about any of this.
Yep. It's just one of those
Uh,
perfect rooms. And then Vero, you realize again where you're at in the city of Saltmarsh. This is where the temple and the library are in the when it comes to the city. So this would technically be below the temple.
Below the Temple of Mistra.
Of Mistra.
Mm.
And maybe probably one of the reasons why they put it here too.
It was here the whole time. I never knew.
Yes. Yes.
Glastoc, pull me back.
And so Glastoc, just gives a quick jerk because he
Mhm.
knows, because at this point he knows momentum is gonna
Just pulling back.
So he just goes like this.
And as soon as he
Yoink.
gets to the edge, he pushes off the edge of the wall and goes rocketing across to the other side and goes, whee! And when he gets to the other side, he's tucked swimmer, turns and pushes off and right back towards Glastoc.
That is amazing. Please tell me the momentum is too much and you go barreling into Glastoc a little
Do I need
too
to
hard.
make some-
Athletics and acrobatics check. Just because.
Athletics and
Or-
athletics or acrobatics.
Either one.
Okay, you should not have given me that option.
I know. I know.
Because that's a 20. Dirty 20.
All right. Yeah. No problem. You gracefully just as you hit that non-momentum, it kind of stops slightly, and you're just like, okay. Glastoc
Athletics
is
a -1.
preparing for it. So yeah.
Whee! All right,
Um,
let's Brynn.
Brynn would hear this at this point and kind of assume that they're done and be like, well, are we ready to move on? Is everybody all meditated?
No, I've not even had a chance to meditate. I was having much too much fun.
What were you doing for
Last
10
night-
minute?
I was
Glastoc just
examining
unties the
the
rope
items.
from Aviro and just kind of just marches down the hall back towards the door.
Yep.
Where are we going? Guys, wait up.
So yeah, I at this point am kind of taking my lead from Glastoc
Mhm.
actually. So where are we going, buddy? Are we just going
Well,
back into that door?
Well,
There was the other door.
we do have a door to the south that we could, but we have to be quiet at this point because we don't want to
Right.
attract the sheep.
Right.
So,
Okay. All right.
so
I have an idea.
Oh, what?
Well, I could conjure a small hunk of stone to block the other entrance hallway
Oh,
while we try and open the door quickly.
a great idea, I think. Can you make it go away on like a snap,
Mm-hmm.
just in case?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good idea, Glastoc.
Jay, how wide? It's 5 feet wide. That
Yeah, those are 5 feet wide corridors.
Okay,
Each
well,
square
I
is
can put a
5
3
feet.
foot. I can put a 3 foot by 3 foot hunk of stone wall in there.
the
It's
way.
at least an obstacle.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
Brynn is checking for traps on this south door.
So as you enter the room, there is a sheep there.
what I was afraid.
Real quick on my end on roll 20. As soon as you said there's a sheep there, Aviro's little token went like, huh? Like, it was perfect.
And
Is it just standing there?
it's standing at the door, and it's just going. And as you come in, it's going.
Okay, so at the archway
Yeah,
opening, yeah.
Yep.
And it's just making a lot of noise.
it's making a and looking at you for the. And Brynn, as you go over to the door, give me that investigation roll.
Yeah, I will. There we go. That's better. That is a 15.
15. And as you're looking at the door does not appear to be trapped.
Good. Okay. All right. We're good. What are
And
we gonna do
does-
about that?
Does the sheep move at all, or is it just
Oh yeah.
staring at us?
So
It does.
as Brynn is looking at and finishing up, and you're kind of looking at the sheep, it finally starts moving towards you, and it's going to attack you. But because of it, we're not going to jump right into initiative. What do you want to do? As the sheep is coming towards you,
I want to tie it up. I want to like rodeo flip it.
so you're busy doing you just finished
Yeah, I know.
the door. But
Sorry,
when you're
that was
done,
not me.
Okay.
I, as a team, want to
Got it.
rodeo flip it, and
Okay.
that is just my vote.
So Glastoc and Aviro, what do you get one thing, because you're pretty preparing for this. What do you want to do
Yeah.
as this thing is getting close? You're going to get your initiative first. You're going to get an action to be able to do something first before this sheep does.
Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, if Brynn says, something about like rodeo, like she rodeo flipping it or hog tying it, I yeah. Can I have Glastoc make an unarmed combat check to try to grapple it and then
Yeah.
tie it up?
Mhm.
Okay. So
All right.
let's see. Go and roll an unarmed strike.
Yeah, roll an unarmed strike first, and then it's going to turn into a grapple.
Okay. 26.
Yeah,
Nice.
and you roll your grapple with, and you've got your rope, right? Because you're kind of roll with advantage on an athletics grapple check.
Yippee-ki-yay. Falcon.
Rolls a 22. Second rolls a 24.
Yeah, as you get
You've
up
done
to
this
this
before,
thing,
huh?
clearly he has. Because this thing is, you come up to...
As he's tying it up, if Aviro says that, ooh, you've done this before. Glastoc's going to look right at Aviro and he says, only in my dreams. And he stares at Aviro.
So yeah,
Amazing,
this thing is tied up. And you've got it tied up. It's kind of, and it's just buying at you.
No. And with some of the rope, can I put it around
yes,
what little of a snout it has and try to shut up?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Definitely. So as you hog tied it and you're like, okay, yeah.
Glastoc,
this is good.
Glastoc, put it in the hallway. Put it back in the hallway. Get it out of here.
Yeah, and then we'll move it.
And we'll put the wall up
down the stairs on the other side of the door.
On the other side of this door?
No, the other side of the door that
like
the stairs
here,
door.
like here,
stairs door.
Like literally, like go through that door, put it down on the stairs, and close the door.
Okay, so down this way. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, got it. So, Brynn, you were looking at this door here. Do you open it up?
Yeah.
So this room, allow me to give you a little bit of description in this room.
Give us as much description as you want, Jay.
So this room,
feel free.
There appears to be like a table and some broken chairs, and basically very roughage. This appears to have been a torture room. Dried blood is all over the place. Different things have been removed from bodies and kind of small items and kind of left in there. This was definitely a torture room of yeah.
Oof. So yeah, Brynn is kind of like the mood, frankly, right now in the party, I think, is pretty high. Glastoc's a badass right now. Aviro's all happy with his swimmy thing, and I imagine upon just the sight of this room, the mood dips.
Yep.
And Brynn is just sort of like uncomfortably like looking inside and kind of she would want to go in and see if there's anything of use in here.
No, I'm sure Aviro's holding back vomit at this point.
Yeah, this was definite realizing the nefariousness of this cult.
He turns away.
That they're doing not some good stuff. If they're trying to get, they're trying to create zombies for guards. They're trying to get information. So it's not just turning people, but if there's someone against them, and this might be one of the things where people are missing, and some additional people that are missing that like they don't want to find, and they are trying to get information, and that might be where they might be blackmailing some people, why they haven't been dealt with by this militia. So there's definitely some nefarious stuff going on in here. So yeah. So
alrighty. Is there any other exit to this room other than the?
Actually, let me reveal. Sorry, I forgot to reveal. There are 3 doors, but as you listen to the other doors, you are hearing moaning, as if
great.
Is
Like
there
the
like
moaning you had back in the other room, in the pits.
yeah?
Oh,
Is there like a window slit in
No.
any of these
Yes,
doors?
yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Okay, I want to go up and look inside.
Yeah, there's
one
some
of the moaning
dead.
ones.
There appears to be some. It's dark in here, but with your dark vision, you can see that there's some creatures that like bouncing against the wall. Dead, definitely zombies.
So Brynn kind of like just like hits the door sort of like in frustration and be like, more zombies.
And it kind of tracks them.
Yeah. I
And
think
they just bang on the door, not being able to
another
do anything.
quick make a quick job of it, boys. Yeah, just like we did before.
Yeah.
yes, put it out of its misery, please. Oh,
Yeah. So Glastoc will just use his what's my cantrip? Ice Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost. Okay, so
Yeah.
with the slit and like I said, don't have to get into it. You take your time.
how
You
tall's
set
the
it up.
slit?
It's like it's like one of
I
those like
stand on a
password.
box.
You know what I mean?
Part of the table.
I love that.
Yep.
He drags it over.
Damn it, Jeff.
Oh my god, I love
Not
it.
that short. He's 4 feet tall.
Just needs a little boost. Just a little boost.
He tiptoes.
Yep.
Anyway.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So as you take care, it takes a little time. You dispatch these unfortunate souls, and now you're looking back to go into the large room.
Real quick.
Yes.
Hold on. So once they are dispatched, were they wearing clothing or were they naked?
They were wearing clothing.
I ask for a reason. Don't look at me like that, Jeff. So you gave me a very sus look.
They look
Anyway.
like they're common.
Okay.
Actually, one has a militia, underneath militia type situation.
The reason I ask is I
Like a
want to go
surcoat.
in now and search them. Like I want to see like what kind of people were these people that they were.
Two of them were commoners, or one was like one was a merchant, one was probably a commoner dressed,
Mhm.
and then one was probably a militia person because it's the undergarment. He didn't have armor on, but he had the the under that you could probably tell. So it was like a merchant, a militia. Now you recall there were some merchants that were missing and stuff like that. So
And do they have any like anti-cult propaganda pamphlets on them or anything like that?
you know what? For the sake, yes, there was
Anti-cult.
one. There you're gonna find in the corner an anti-propaganda.
Down with the purple sheep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay, good. All right. Well, as expected. Any gold or money on any of them?
No. All that was relieved of them before their process.
Figured I would check.
And
okay.
like I said, and the zombies have definitely seen they've been tortured. Like there's very clear signs on the zombies that they were tortured before turning into a zombie.
And Brynn would kind of sulk out of this room and be like, this is getting worse. I want to
It's
take
gonna
care
get
of our
a
business.
lot
and
worse
get
real quick.
Wasn't there another door in the sheep room, as I recall, to the
Yes.
south?
Yes.
Well, I have an idea on how to deal with the sheep.
What's your
I
idea?
could-
Oh, please.
I could try.
You're
I could try.
batting 1,000 today.
Well, I could try to put as many of them to sleep as possible.
Oh. How do you do
Actually,
that?
I like that idea.
So sleep works. It's a 5d8 is the total number of how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect within 20
Mhm.
feet.
Mm-hmm.
So I can try and put a whole bunch of them to sleep.
Do we
Great
want
idea.
to try to
But-
gather them up then? Like,
herd them
like,
into a
get 'em-
point and then cast it
well,
at
in
that
other
point.
words, yeah. So in other words, let's say either Glastoc or Brynn goes in, draws their attention, and as they funnel into the hallway,
Yes.
then have Aviro cast sleep.
Yes. I think that's a good idea. Well, there was like a platform. One of us could quickly get to that platform and say, come to me, sheep. I don't know how to herd sheep.
Well, unfortunately, Brynn, you're a lot faster than me. So
I can do that.
So, Aviro, as you're looking, you can look straight across, even though this is bar here. So this platform is the second floor. So there is a 10-foot drop to where you see the stone floor. These are stairs from the platform going down into that. And there's right now, it appears to be 3 sheep on the platform. And then below in the prison area, there's a whole bunch of sheep that are just milling around. And some are in cages, while most of them are just kind of milling around in there.
So I think that my plan, tell me if this is dumb, guys. I want to kind of get to be like here, like a central area, and then like wait for them to get as close as we can.
Honestly, I think all you have to do is get into the room, like even 5 or 10 feet in, get their attention, and then come back. And then if Aviro is right there, the second that we've got 3 or 4 of them lined up,
so you're thinking like a bottleneck,
right? Yeah.
But then with the bottleneck, how do we get to the door? Why don't we herd them all over to this corner?
Well, because
they're
we'll
far
be able
away
to
from
step
the door.
over them once they're asleep.
Yeah, once they're asleep, as long as we don't hit them, they stay asleep.
You're asking an awful lot. All right.
No, all we're asking
Aviro,
you to
it's a
do
great idea.
is do what you do best, and that's magic.
Thought you were going to say run away.
No,
No.
I have all the faith in the world in you that you can stand your ground while these things are barreling down at you at God knows how fast, trying to kill you, and still get your spell off.
They're dirty. All right.
Anyway, they'll be barreling at me. So,
well, until you get out of the way, and then
yes, of
Yes.
course.
Yes.
Let's go. All right. Well,
Hey, I can
okay.
cast this as a 3rd level spell, which means we get an additional 2d8, so 7d8.
Oh
so we can get probably quite a bit.
Nice.
Might get the whole room potentially.
So
well,
here we go.
Ooh, 4d8. It's a 3rd level spell.
Oh my god.
4d8. So 9d8.
All right.
All right. I'm going.
So
Here we go.
as you get into the position, you will see that this one goes and starts coming towards you. This one kind of comes up about here. This one's kind of meandering about right there. This one's, like I said, standing about right there. These just kind of meander, not doing them. There looks like there's only 3 that are like specifically targeting and looking at you, going.
Yeah.
So at this point, Brynn would yell, "Come here, sheep!"
And one of them's kind of definitely coming towards you and is about to get you.
Come on over here, mutton.
And Brynn, you run back.
I would kind of slow. I don't want to run because I want to draw in as many as I can. So Brynn would kind of start to cautiously back up and be like, "Aviro."
I mean, yeah. By this time, as it's getting closer, it's definitely following you. You know that Aviro, this is a good time because you want to, depending on, you don't want to get Brynn, but you can definitely, you can get this whole room right now. Yeah, so because you have line of sight to here. And if you hit this point right here, you could probably get most of them.
What's the range?
It's 120
feet.
Yeah, this is
90 feet.
Holy
Creatures
shit.
within 20 feet of a point you choose within range.
Oh,
and it's a 20-foot sphere.
Yeah,
90
so
feet
you
away
want,
from me.
Nice.
So right now, if that sheep gets any further, he's probably going to get out of the spell.
Now's the time. Strike! The iron's hot,
Alrighty. So
cast that spell.
9d8.
Aviro, anytime.
9d8.
How many?
Sorry, it takes a long time to program all this stuff.
There should be a little button too.
Yeah, I'm not very. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's how you do it. 90.
It's super effective.
49. Ooh, can I roll again with my inspiration and take the higher of the 2?
Sure.
Since I have inspiration left over from the lightning fight.
Yes.
So 49 and 35. I'll take 49.
Yeah.
All right. So,
So
actually,
it affects the lowest hit points first.
yes,
So
they pretty much. You're pretty sure they have all the same. Actually, you know what? We're going to just do this. We're going to make it much easier. Anything that has yellow is asleep. Oops. Instead of making so sleep, my little boys, sleep. Pretty much everything in this room, except for two or three, fall asleep.
Nice.
So actually, let me take that. It's 43. What's 40? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
You can
12,
hog
13.
tie 2 of them.
Yeah. So basically, there's majority of 90% of this room just went to sleep.
Okay.
Now, the one thing that unfortunately happens, so there's this one that's just kind of, it was just out of the range. And then there's 2 of them that are over here that are in cages that you didn't get as well. But there's probably, like I said, maybe 3 or 4. But this sheep right here, as it was on the edge, falls the 10 feet.
Oh God, and it takes damage.
And
Shit.
took damage. And as it hits the ground, it poofs into purple, and lying there on the ground, just kind of like, oh, is a human.
Oh, good. Okay. Shit. Okay. Good. So Brynn would be like, whew.
is he still unconscious or like
He's hurting. He's conscious. It's a male human, probably in his 40s, or excuse me, in his mid 20s, and he's just like, oh,
Shit.
oh.
Okay,
dressed
so-
like a cultist?
No.
Okay.
Brynn would like hustle over to him, like oh, and like be hopping over sleeping sheep, and then she would jump down to. Is it this guy? Jay, is that the one?
I will bring up a good picture of it real quick.
Okay.
This one right here, but we're gonna throw in, because let's throw my. I need something. That's not what I want. I want.
While Jay is finding that,
there
I
we
just
go.
want to get up to him and like kind of like shh.
So
and
you
I
have
wanna,
to-
like, make sure he doesn't like freak out.
Do you jump off or do you use the stairs?
I would jump off.
Okay,
What is
yeah.
it, 10 feet?
Yeah, athletics. Just to make I want to see if there's a beautiful, Brynn fall.
Superhero landing.
It's a 13.
Yeah, no problem at all. And he kind of is
3
like,
points damage.
ow. He's like, oh. And surprisingly, there's no real broken bones, which a fall by this feat would definitely break someone's bones. But what you notice is that he is very athletic looking. And you strangely has nice blonde hair. Very gorgeous looking blonde hair.
Hey, baby.
And Aviro, you recognize potentially him as Carl's son.
Carl's son.
Carl's son, which you heard may have gone missing.
I said, what's Carl's son's name?
Sim.
Ivor.
Sima.
Brynn, Brynn, that's Carl's son. What did you say? Sima.
Sima. Oh, hey.
Oh. Yes. I'm Sima.
You've been taken by the cult and you were a sheep for a time. You have to get out of here. Hurry.
I didn't know.
Are you all right? Can you walk?
Yeah, I can walk. But there's many others here that
I know.
They're you have to save them all, please. But
Yes.
I'll,
And I kind of like look.
Yeah, we know. Save the sheep. Yeah. And meanwhile, Glastoc's like, because he knows this spell is going to end at some point.
You
man.
have to go. You have to go now.
Okay, I will go get the. I'll tell somebody. Yes, and he's hobbling out, and he kind of figures out where he needs to go. Yeah,
What are the sheep that aren't asleep doing? Are they
they're
upset
just
by our presence?
no, they're just manding around going.
So these are unintelligent creatures that became the sheep.
Yes,
Or
Perhaps.
there's
they're people.
as you're realizing that some of them may have been specifically guards or been given like their purpose and then converted to sheep, so they
Are they
retain
sheeping
some of
with a
that
purpose?
while some of the other
Yes, some of 'em.
commoners and some or townspeople or adventurers are they're just part of the process.
So Brynn would make her way back up onto this platform and be like,
Mhm.
all right, well, we should
No, let's go.
I wanna very quickly check the door for traps.
All right, give me a roll.
Check the door for traps. It's oh god. It's an 8.
Yeah, there's no traps.
Okay, good. Great. Wing the door open.
All right.
No. Okay. Should go quietly. At least
And
try
as
to.
the
I mean,
door goes,
when I say wing the door open, it's not loudly, it's just fast. Okay. Here we go.
yeah, the door opens and there is a hallway you see.
All right, let's
Hustle into the hallway.
Yeah, all three of us get into the hallway and then close the door behind us because
Okay.
eventually.
And the description of this room is there is a marble statue of frightening detail of an almost demonic deity holding a staff and his outreached hand with a globe in it, and then a bowl of some sort, kind of right here, and it looks like it's been recently carved, and with flowing robes, and like I said, this demonic looking demon face, and there's no specific religious symbols yet, but it's still under construction. So as if the center garment, there's a place that they're looking to put that in there.
Can I make a religion check to see if I have any idea about the imagery?
Sure.
14?
It's probably a demon of some sort, and it's probably the primary the religion of this group. That again, there's the falsehood of the purple sheep that this is actually the deity that they are worshiping under the falsehood of the and it's currently under construction. So
it is a demon, but it is a demon I am unfamiliar with.
Yeah, you don't recognize him
I don't know who it is.
offhand. Probably a demon prince or something along those lines, but not sure specifics. I mean, they're demons, unless you were like,
They're a dime a dozen.
Yeah. So there's a few of them. He looks like there's like 3 different ones he could be based off of that role. So
Right.
and
So
you
Brynn-
have
yeah, just kind of looking around.
and then as you're looking around, I will say that you will see that this passageway is going down. So like the there's like several sets of stairs. Actually they're kind of going up in, it's like a kind of a stairwell that's going up to a door.
Or down to a door.
No, there's a stair. We are down.
Yeah, you're down.
This stairwell is going up to
Yeah.
this
Oh,
door.
okay.
So it's a different elevation of like going up. So like when you came down the circle, you came down a long way. So this is kind of going up again to see where it is underneath. But then you've got 2 passageways going down this way. One here and one here.
And what's to Brynn's left?
Left, there appears to be a cave, but then it's been blocked off. Like it's been specifically stones and mortar and just rocks have been put there to block that entrance off.
Let's
Does it?
go.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's been constructed.
Yes, this has been a temple that has been constructed, an underground
Okay.
temple. Mhm.
But the construction is different than the rest of the.
So this is more like a tunnel encaved, like something got burrowed into it, and they basically blocked it out.
Oh, okay.
But the rest of it is an ancient construction temple.
Why don't we look down the hallway first, and then once we know
Yeah.
sort of all of our options, we can best choose the best course of action.
Aviro, I think we should actually choose the path most traveled first.
Glastoc's going to push against the bordered area.
God.
It's pretty solid.
Okay. I was just checking to make sure it wasn't illusionary.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, shall we go down this way? And Brynn kind of nods down this tunnel.
Okay.
Aviro walks behind the gaze of the of the statue.
Yep. Yeah.
Doesn't want to look at it, guys.
Yeah. Peeks down. Okay. So we've got a very long hallway.
Very long hallway.
It's just a long hallway.
And you do hear down this hallway, you hear faint
Horse so sick of sheep. Never gonna wear anything with wool in it again. And
it's going to be difficult. 98% of all textiles are woven from wool.
Great stat. Thanks, Aviro. And Brynn would step up and peek down this way as well.
Okay. Reveal. The hallway goes down and turns to the right.
Well,
everyone
Brynn doesn't hear any sheep.
Not down from this direction, not down from the lower direction, but everyone give me a perception check.
Okay.
Please.
15.
15.
Perception is
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
21.
Okay. You hear voices coming from this direction. Like, did you hear something?
Oh God. What was that noise?
Yeah.
Down from this. Which direction was that again? Down
this direction here.
Oh.
Where the sheep, you hear the sheep.
You hear the sheep and voices. Oh boy. Okay. So I kind of like look at the guys and see if they have heard the same thing, and they appear to, I assume.
Yes, they did.
Go.
So I kind of go.
Wait.
No.
I thought you wanted me to kill him. Okay. Is that what the guy upstairs? I thought you just wanted to kill him.
Glastoc turns around and looks at Aviro, and he's like, "This is what she does best.
It is what I do.
Let her do it."
See what's that way first. We'll deal with them later.
Brynn just kind of shrugs. Shocker of the century. It's another door.
Well, at least we know now.
Now we know. Now can I go kill them?
He just
I
pulls
don't
out
understand you.
his water.
His hydro flask. Brynn, it's like her, and she kind of like pulls Glastoc along with her, just kind of for backup. And she would want to go up and peek very quietly around this corner, see what we're looking at.
Glastoc's going to follow, but not too closely because he tends to make a little bit more noise than Brynn.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. So as you peek around the corner, you roll initiative because something will be flying towards you.
Oh,
Flying? Oh my God. I always blow initiative. God, I'm gonna die at the hands of a flying purple sheep.
I got a 19.
At the tiny hooves of a flying purple sheep. I got a 10.
Well, 1 second here. GM, let me. Boom. Boom. There we go. That's what we need. All right, let's get initiative going. So we have All right, so
Jeff, go first.
I got a 24.
wow. Brynn, I'm sorry, what did you have again?
I had a 10.
Hey, look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. That is awesome. So while I get some stuff organized here.
Please feel free to check us out on spring.com. At spring.com, you can get t-shirts, tank tops, stickers, and so much more from Emporium for the Wayward Gamer. Just search spring.com, Emporium for the Wayward Gamer.
Yes.
Of the
Back to
Wayward
you,
Gamer.
Jay.
Back to me.
I'm playing a reporter in Ricky's game coming up, his Cthulhu game.
Oh
so
my
I gotta get my
God,
reporter voice on.
That is cool. That is very, very cool. Oh, that's what I'm missing. That's who I'm missing. There we go. Okay. And it didn't show up. Shoot. All right. Okay. That messed up. So then there we go. Okay.
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Good job, Jay.
Yes. I can do stuff. So, Aviro,
I'm not last.
You're not last. So as you come in, you see 3 sheep that are sitting there going, and they're being directed as if they're being taught how to do some stuff. And there's a human, half elf, with the occultist looking attire on. And 2 of them actually, 2 occultist looking attire with robes that the Taliban with purple coming down. One of them has a little bit of a demonic symbol on this one, which based off of now that you see this, Jeff, you will realize
He does not see it.
Okay,
He's not up there.
Yeah, he's too far back.
He's way behind.
right.
He can't see any of this.
So this happens. So Jeff, you hear this. What would you like to do? You're first in the initiative. You can't see him. You'd have to get up to about right here to be able to see him.
Yeah. So what he all he has heard is flapping of wings.
Not actually.
When you say something is flying.
No. So what happens is a dagger flies at Brynn.
Oh, okay. So he just he steps up behind Glastoc and he just waits.
Actually, I need to do real quick because that dagger is the first thing that happens.
He bends down
and
and whispers,
it
Glastoc,
misses.
What's going on?
It completes misses. It hits the floor. So they were.
So here's
flying.
a clang. What's going on?
Yep. As a dagger, you see a dagger fly past Brynn badly. So.
Yeah. All right.
He hides behind Glastoc.
Like you do.
Like you do. All right. Which brings us to Glastoc.
Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Glastoc's going to shoot a ray of frost at the guy up on the altar.
Okay. And he seems to be preaching and stuff like that. And okay.
25.
That
Nice.
hits.
Nice.
15 points of damage.
Oh yeah.
Nice. 15 points of damage.
On a cantrip? Wow.
Yeah.
Badass.
And his speed is reduced for 10 feet until my turn again.
Okay. So.
And in bonus action, I cast Green Flame Blade on my axe.
Okay. So.
Oh, no, wait, I can't. Because I have to make
The movie in my head of Glastoc fighting is so cool with his green flaming axe that it comes charging
Yes.
in, but it's awesome.
Badass.
So you did 15 points of damage. So
Cool.
what happens is when you shot him full of this beam, he feels almost in joy and pleasure to receive this pain of cold as he's just like, oh yes. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh! and like right before this pleasure, this kind of energy immenses from him. And several of the individual, like this blue bluish purple light kind of comes off of him. Like he's like, yes. And the purple sheep get enveloped, and one of the other guys gets enveloped into this glow. And then as he's like enjoying this, going, yes, he goes, no, and he just like crimps and just freezes up and then drops dead, as if it was too much pleasure for him.
And
That's
just
tough. That's
so,
tough.
so it's glad you saw. Obviously, Glastoc is running in, axe and shield, and he points his axe at the guy, and that's when the beam comes out. And as he's, going through the whole yes thing, Glastoc turns back towards Brynn and goes, "This is bad."
Yeah, Brynn just had like the exact look I just had on my face. I was just like, just kind of like disgusted by this. Yeah.
For game terms, you think he had some temporary hit points from taking damage, but he took too much damage.
Yeah. Wow. Brutal. Glastoc coming in hot.
Which brings us to the cultist.
If they have the same initiative, does the higher decks go first? Brynn.
Sure.
Yes.
Fine, Brynn,
nice.
you get to go
awesome.
first.
Thank you. Okay. I want to come up here and I want to go and I want to attack the dude.
All right, who's teaching the
Yes, presumably who's teaching the sheep.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, here I go. Nat effing 20.
Oh, he's dead.
Wow.
Oh, okay, here I go. Hold on, I got to do some math, fellas.
Mark it down.
Doing my sneak attack.
You don't.
You don't get your sneak attack.
I don't.
You don't get your sneak attack.
You had to move.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So how much damage do you do?
So
You're most likely he's dead.
14 and an additional 6. That's 20 points of
Yeah.
damage.
How do you skewer him?
I imagine Brynn hurdles Glastoc like parkour, and then flies over and then immediately just drives her rapier right into his freaking sternum.
Now, as you
not like just below the sternum, of course, just below the xiphoid process.
And he gets it. You feel that he's like overjoyed and just is over like, oh yes, thank you. And then
Brynn
he
twists the rapier,
and he's like,
effed up, and she
yeah. And he's like, it as almost this is overjoying him for a second, and then he comes up and he attacks you as a reactionary with a 9. It misses, but then after he hits you,
Brynn just like whacks it away.
He just kind of like, and then just keels over and dies.
Yeah, Brynn is like stunned by this. Like that was pretty messed up. And then
as if
just looking around at
he had
sheep.
temporary hit points envelop that helped him, but you did too much damage over all of that and dispatched him. But he was able, in the joy, he was able to instinctively react and try to hit you. These particular cultists are very strange. There's some some stuff going on with them. Yeah.
Yep.
All
right.
And now the sheep go, and they try to butt head you. They try to bite you. So the first one is going to be a 16 on Glastoc.
Misses.
16 on Brynn.
That misses as well.
And a 10 on Brynn. And they're just they're getting to you like.
I imagine they're going to like headbutt me, and Brynn is just like stiff arming them, kind of like just hand on the forehead, like redirecting.
And they're kind of trying to bite you a little bit. Now the thing I forgot to mention about this room. So this room is flat, but then there's a little bit of an altar, and on that altar there's running water. There's a little bit of this water, purplish, gold tinted water that's kind of flowing down, and it's this little basil, like basset or a bowl at the foot that's kind of running, and it's the stone that it's kind of running. You know those rock walls that have water and it kind of flows in it. It's kind of it's got some inscriptions on the wall on this rock as the water, this purplish, with a tint of yellow kind of in and just kind of going back and forth as this water running wall. So it's clearly, and this person that you just dispatched had not necessarily a whip, but like a training like device that that he's like trying to train these sheep to do things.
I want to really very quickly search this dude. Can I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, before
I want to
quick,
take his freaking money.
hang on, before
Yep.
that, are we assuming we're out of initiative order?
More or less. But well, the sheep are still attacking you, and they're going to be butt-heading you this entire time.
The shot.
Pshaw. So
Okay.
the last thing that Aviro had done was hide behind Glastoc. Glastoc then takes off running. Ah! So then he kind of tiptoe runs up to the corner. And by the time he gets there, it's just there's 2 dead people
Yeah.
and a bunch of sheep. So
We
he's
work
just looking,
quickly.
So now he's just peeking around the corner. Now you can search the guy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I do. Is investigation or perception?
Investigation.
2.
Yeah. You don't find much. You do find they don't look like they've got a lot of money or anything like that. Probably there's like 2 silver on him.
Can I take? Did you said? Yeah, I think you mentioned that this one had like a holy symbol. Can I take
Yes.
that
Yes.
to research later?
And yeah, and you will find out that it's a Grazek, Grazzt, and Brynn or Aviro, you recognize this now. That
I
is
do?
yes.
I tossed.
I rolled
it
a
to Aviro.
17 on a religion.
Yeah, you recognize that this is the demon. He's
Was
of
it one of the-
lies. Yeah.
Was it one of the 3 that I thought it might be, but
Yes,
wasn't
it
sure?
was. Yes.
Okay.
Nice. Would you put that in the chat, Jay? So
I
can post it?
definitely will.
So do we want to hogtie these sheep?
Yeah. Brynn will
Well,
pull out some rope and start to try to.
Before you do that,
Oh no,
oh yes.
they're freaking S&M asshole coming up.
No, they've been butting their heads up against you.
Oh well, yes. What? Real
Well,
scared.
Here's the thing. A
But they're
20,
sheep, not rams.
they're biting
Yeah,
you
20.
too. Does a 20 hit Brynn?
Yeah, 20 hits.
Glastoc a 21.
Oh
No,
my
Glastoc.
god.
Glastoc cast shield.
Glastoc does a okay. Brynn does Brynn does a 21 to hit you, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that 2 that hit me?
Yes, 2 bit you.
Ah. Ow. Owie. Okay.
You took
I have
2 points of
rabies now.
damage from the first one,
Ow.
and 2 more points of damage from the other one, as they are aggressively getting and yeah.
We need to get out of this room. I'm getting pissed.
They're getting more like as you're doing things and search. They're aggressively getting in you.
Can I try to tie up one of these sheep? Please?
Sure.
Hog tie him. Like Glastoc did. What did he do to try that?
And
Just
it'll be an
kinda
athletics roll. It's going to be contested now because
Okay.
they're fighting
be
you.
weighted.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they're honestly they're just not. It's not going to be very good, except for that 117.
I got a dirty 20.
Yeah, you. It's wrestling, but you do get one of them hogtied. Yes.
Right, and Glastoc will be the one that's closest to him.
Yep, and you got that one hogtied too. So
Can I try to get the
Yeah,
third
roll
one?
a
as well?
16.
yeah, you can try to get the third one. There's going to get one more attack, on Glastoc for 14 now. Yeah, as you're trying to hogtie him.
I would think working together, the two of
Yeah.
them could easily get
Yeah,
it.
you would think that.
Yeah.
Except that I got a nat 1 on my second athletics check. So
That's
something
gonna-
terrible happens.
That's gonna be a bite on you. 21 as you're trying to hog time, he just bit you
Took a chunk out on that one. I would
for
love
2 points of
to
damage.
just go average. Just average. This bipolar nonsense is pissing me off. Okay. Great. And how many points of damage does it do?
2 more.
I-
2 more.
Oh, great. Ow. 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 Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna step back.
Purple
and be
sheet,
like,
man.
Shit.
Hey.
I said, Glastoc, can you get that last one? God.
And you're trying to
Six.
rope it, it just bit your hand. It just
Yeah, it hurt.
yeah,
Last roll was 16.
you got them down, and they're like.
And Brynn is like wrapping it because it's bleeding. Like, we need to finish up this place. We need to go.
Jay, is this a door down here?
Yes, that is a door. Let me get to the reveal a little bit better.
Well, we haven't opened it yet, but
Yeah, there's a door.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, what would you like to do?
Check the door for traps. Once
Check-
we have a rogue.
Yes. So as you're listening and doing some other things, and this would be a good time for a GM to make a roll. Okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah. All right. So you getting the sheep tied up and kind of organized and hog tied and around the snout a little bit, so you're just hearing this.
Yep.
Aviro, the liquid. Did you want to examine the liquid at all?
Absolutely.
It's the exact same liquid from the cup upstairs, and it
Okay.
does have magical properties to it.
Okay.
and
Can I read the runes or whatever that are on the wall?
Yeah. I would say. What languages do you?
Celestial, Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Sylvan.
It's none of those languages,
Damn.
but it's got a faint abyssal to it.
Might be abyssal. All right, makes sense. It's demon. Okay.
Yeah. So
Can I conjure an abyssal translation guide?
that would be comprehend languages.
Hey, I have comprehend languages if we can
Okay,
take
Orna
10 minutes.
X, what time is it?
It's in the evening time.
No, it's any written language you see must be touching the surface the words are written on. Okay. Do I want to touch
take?
this?
Yeah. Do we want to
Do
take
it.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
And has anybody gone over this guy yet?
Yeah.
The one
yeah.
that I froze.
Yeah, he had still only like 2 or 3 silver on him. He didn't have much at all.
Okay, but no, because he was dressed differently than the other guy. Right?
Yeah, so his robes were like just regular robes, and there's a scimitar that he was using. They have scimitars.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
But. So yeah.
Well,
Do we want to take the time? Do we want to take the time to? Do you want me to read this, or do you
No.
want to get going?
no.
All right.
I think we
No,
should
let's
get
just keep going.
You've got a photographic memory, right? Can't you translate it later?
Sure.
Can't he like replicate any written work or something like that? Wasn't that a
Any
power?
any object I have seen, I can conjure in front of me
So-
within the limits of 3 feet by 3 feet.
What
Yeah.
about
So you
text?
can memorize
So
it.
I could conjure a little
Yeah.
mini version of this wall
Eventually.
and
Yeah.
read it later.
All right.
So, onward.
Onward. So you go to the door. What would you like to do at the door?
Check for traps.
All right. Give me
I'll
that
check for
roll.
traps. Here I go. It's a 10.
There are no traps.
I very quietly and gently open the door.
Wing the door open.
No, I've learned. Also, this is a double door. As much as I want to just wing this door open, I won't. I'm growing up. Oh, for God's sake.
So as you open the door,
A Dorito.
not
Sorry.
quite.
It looks like those rectangular cheese things in the bags of munchies. Sorry, Jay. I'm sure it's grandiose and terrifying, but it looks like a Dorito.
Yeah, it does. It does. I'll give you a description in a second.
Okay. Oh, God. Oh, there's a lot of red people in here.
So as you enter this room, you see them. They were chanting, and there is a very large room. And as you, there's the stairwells that are on the side that come up to about a 30-foot balcony, and in there is a large crystal that is kind of like floating in a diamond, looking from your angle, a diamond basically up. And then in the center of where you first come in, there's a large pool of water. And in the middle of this, there is a large, not a small purple sheep, but a large purple sheep that is in the water. And it looks like liquid is coming out of it in this purple and yellowish and filling up this this pool or this fountain, as if the purple sheep is being potentially drained of something, of liquid, and the liquid is filling into the fountain, and it's just kind of sitting there. And then there's two individuals in vestments of the purple sheep that are sitting there, scooping up the liquid and kind of moving the liquid, tending to the sheep. Above this 30-foot, you see this large human, or this medium-sized human leader, mage, wearing vestments of mage, but besides the just this very long mage robes, and when you open the door, he looks at you and is going to start speaking to you. Next to him, you see also a cult-ish, a humanoid wearing armor, definitely kind of a lieutenant of some sort or someone higher up in the rank. You see in the corner here a female, slightly bluish skin, very, very buff, with arm wrappings and just standing there looking down with a cloaked, instead of a cloak, she just has the hood kind of like over her eyes mostly, and just stands there, and just kind of in this protective fighting pose, and just stands there waiting, as if she was waiting to receive orders to do something. And then over on this side, you see a hobgoblin in armor.
Can you ping that? Can you ping that?
So there's a hobgoblin in medium armor, chainmail armor, with a big sword. Yep, with a big sword. I will give this right. You notice something unusual on his armor. On the side of his arm, there is a blue M, like a crest, as if he's part of a group, and that is the emblem of that group.
Okay.
And as
M stand for Mistra?
Yep. No. And as you open the door, you hear this. Non-believers have arrived. You've infiltrated our sanctum. We know who you are. We have been waiting for you. Prove yourself.
And flourishes with her sword and just kind of like stands there. Hates.
And the main priest, the head priest, so to speak, turns over to his left, where this female, strong, muscular female protector. Dispatch these non-believers. So again, there's a high-ranking, flanked by 2 sets of stairs, 4 individuals standing there. Some of them are chanting. They, be one with the wool.
Be one with the wool. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Be one with the cotton poly blend. Brynn steps up and be like, and just kind of like turns to Glastoc and be like, I'll take the girl. You take the 2 that are dealing with the sheep. And Brynn scoops in.
And you
the room.
hear the protector do your duty. Dispatch these non-believers that they will harm. They are here to harm the divine. And at those words, it's almost as if a fire just erupts, and she just basically, her attention goes, boosh, and she's just like, and just smacks her hands together. And that's when we're going to start initiative.
Wow.
So, alrighty.
Yeah, that's not...
Let me know what adjustments you need to do.
I got a 12.
23.
23, still pretty high up. Brynn?
16.
16, not bad. Not bad at
Respectable, at least this time.
Yeah.
Yes.
all. All right, it's going to take me a moment or two to get our initiatives.
Can I go get a refill real quick?
Yes, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I need to do the same. Perfect.
By all means. As we are getting refills and information based off of all this wonderful maps that we're putting together in the background that we have, check out our Etsy pages. Also, check out our merch that we have, which will be popping up sometime throughout this, as well as we do have a Patreon in our shop as well, if you like. And please subscribe as we get all those wonderful things going. Wow. So D&D Beyond is definitely, or Roll20, which one is definitely giving me, actually it's Roll20. Yeah, Roll20 is giving me not so great when it comes to our initiative rolls. I'm rolling quite poorly when it comes to our initiative rolls. I have to say that it's quite disappointing.
Sorry, man. But really, I'm not. But I am, but I'm not.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, this is a sad day that lots of stuff could be happening when it comes to this. But yeah, this is going to be entertaining to say the least. I'm missing one more. And yep, and yeah, that's just poor. Wow. That's just very, very disappointing when it comes to that. All right. As we as our friends will be joining us momentarily. You know what? We're going to take a just a very, very quick break, because this is what we're going to do, and we will be right back. So, stay tuned. everyone, welcome back. We decided to take that quick break, get through it, got everything set up for the major boss battle that we have. The last defeat. Save the sheep. Save our...
Wait.
And
Jay, you said defeat.
Yes.
oh, I'm sorry. Freudian slip, so to speak. Yeah. Defeat. Spoilers.
God.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. The divine sheep is this big divine sheep is being in this pool, and initiatives have been set. Unfortunately, my initiative rolls are just crap. So we're gonna start off with Jeff. Jeff, on a 23, as you entered in this room, you are like right at the doorway. What do you want to do?
All right.
Cast magic missile. Just kidding.
Aviro is going to stay just out. Whoops, wrong pointer. Stay just outside where the doors are.
Yep.
And he's going to cast a 3 foot by 3 foot wall and crouch down behind it.
No one can escape. Very well.
No.
He's preventing the escape.
3 people enter. What?
One person does not.
Nerdo.
Anything else, Jeff? Bonus actions or
No,
anything else?
That's his. That's
Viveros.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah. No bonus
Brynn.
action, but he still has his
All right.
reaction.
Can I
Brynn.
get Can I get to Blue Bitch from where I'm at?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You've got 30 feet
No,
of movement?
I got this.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get
I'll-
yeah,
Yeah.
you can get to her.
Okay.
35, yeah.
Gonna get to her.
Okay.
And yeah, I would like to attack.
Go for it.
Here I go. That is a 21 to hit her.
Ooh, 21?
Yeah.
Yeah, that just hit.
Oh God, Jesus! Wow, Phew. That was a lot of grumbling for a freaking.
Because I had to look
yes.
at something real quick, and okay,
Okay.
that does hit. Yep, that just
Okay.
does hit. Mm-hmm.
God Almighty! Alrighty. Now, because it do. I had to move, so no, I don't.
Yep, nope, you don't get sneak
Okay,
attack.
here we go. Yep.
Damage.
Oh shite. 7.
Ooh, that's not great, but that's good. It's reasonable.
I gotta say the sounds you're giving me, Jay, the sound effects before everything, I'm not loving it. Not loving it.
Hey, you know what?
Anyway,
I'm expanding a little bit more. All right.
so, yep.
Bonus action. Anything else?
I think I'm done.
Okay.
I think I'm done.
Well, surprisingly, guess who gets to go next? The Protector.
Oh. God.
And for those of you that may have watched end credit scene not too long ago in some of the first parts of the episode, there may have been a reference to this particular individual, the Protector of the Divine. She looks vaguely, very familiar to a description of a blue-skinned, warrior-looking individual that had a love of sheep from the Legends of Saltmarsh that was on the MTD. Cannot confirm or deny that this is a player character from that show that is now going to attack you. And as she comes in, whoppa! Does a 13 hit you?
Nope.
All right. Well, you know what's going to happen?
Oof.
Does a 15 hit you?
No.
At which point she gets annoyed and then basically focuses.
Just getting annoyed is a free action.
Yes, it is. Does a 16 hit you?
It does not.
Wow.
Chucking and jiving, lightning fast and hard to catch.
Yeah, she's just like, she's annoyed big time. As though she's like failing to protect and dispatching you.
Brynn smiles.
Oh yeah. And there's just blank focus on her.
Wow.
Like she is like just now she is focused on Brynn as if you are the threat and that she is failing in her duties. Oh, I forgot to do an attack of opportunity as you ran past one of the alkalites. Yeah, that's okay.
She was just so fast.
Card played is a card played, Jay. Moving on.
That is correct. That is correct. But he's going to cast a spell beforehand. And I need a DC will save from Glastoc and Aviro.
DC will save.
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, wisdom saving throw. Excuse me. Combining my games, my systems.
11.
11.
Ooh.
Oh, actually, no. I got a 1.
You did get a 1. Yes. You got a 1.
I just saw the 11 pop up from Avira's roll.
So, I'm sorry. It was a charisma saving throw. My mistake on that one. But we're gonna keep the numbers, so there's probably the same.
No.
Oh no. Okay.
Because on D&D Beyond, I clicked on the wisdom thing.
All right.
Charisma.
Re-click your charisma saving throw. My mistake.
6.
I still got a 1.
The dice do not lie.
But I got an 8.
Okay, you are affected by Bane. So you have everything. All your saving throws are you have to roll a d4 and minus that on your rolls. As one of them.
Counterspell. I use my reaction for counterspell.
Okay. All right. So then
Aviro's
that
counterspell look like? What does he do?
Yeah, exactly.
You interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. So clearly, what happens?
I know mechanically. I'm saying physically. What is?
Yeah. So what happens is, as he sees, who is it that's casting this?
This one right here, cast it and then moved towards Glastoc.
Okay, so it looks like, so if it looks, whenever Aviro casts, it looks like he's writing arcane formulas on a whiteboard. So then he pushes it forward, and the whiteboard smacks into the person casting, and it like disrupts them.
Yep.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it.
I will not chew gum 100 times.
In the future, Aviro, you need to let me know ahead of time before the results of the spell.
You didn't say that he was casting a spell. You just asked for a saving throw, to be
That
fair.
is very true. That is very true. That was
So I didn't know he was casting a spell until you said he just now.
That
he
is
was
very true. Combine. That's why we're letting it go, because of all that good stuff. So yeah. So he's casting a spell. You felt this dread, and then you were like, oh, reaction. And as he was finishing up his spell, just as you were starting to feel it, he got disrupted, and the effect is no longer affecting you. Glastoc, can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
2.
All
So
right,
it's a 3.
You took 8 points of radiant damage as this one cast a sacred flame on you before he moved, and then he moved in. So you got hit with 8 points of flame as this sacred flame comes to you.
Okay.
And you're being flanked by the 2 acolytes.
Perfect.
Which brings up Glastoc. Your turn.
Okay. So cast Green Flame Blade.
Mm-hmm.
And I attack the one who casts the Sacred Flame.
That would be this one here. The one to your upper. Mm-hmm.
19.
That will hit.
Okay. So he takes, let's see, 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then he takes...
He's overjoyed. Actually, no, he's not. He's as you slash him, he's like, oh yes, the pain, bring it. And he's surviving as a slash comes through.
Not long. Hold on. I gotta clear this. Hold on. Screwed up. He takes 4 points of fire damage.
And that's when his pain turns to dread, and he falls down burning.
And the other one
mm-hmm.
takes 8 points of fire damage.
8 points of fire damage. As that one he's also enjoying the remnants of this. But that acolyte, since you hit him with a melee attack and he died, he's a master of pleasure, and he basically, as a reactionary, oh wait a minute, no, if he takes, let me phrase that.
No,
He did not take a crit. He did not take a crit. Okay, yep,
No.
you're right. So he does not get an attack of a reactionary attack. So
Okay.
they have some weird special abilities in this
Yes,
particular one.
apparently.
Yes, I found this was something I did not create. This is something I found. This is
Wow.
Yeah.
That does not surprise me at all that someone created this.
Yes, someone else created
However.
this.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Glastoc?
Nope.
Okay. Which brings up the hobgoblin, and this hobgoblin just saunters down.
Ooh.
But as he gets
Ooh.
to this point, he's gonna throw something at. He's gonna throw his spear at you. As he brings up his after he throws the spear, he's gonna pull out his what's the word I'm looking for? His great sword.
Okay.
And that spear just flies off somewhere else because I can't. Yeah. And he just gets down here and he's just kind of looking at you, waiting for the acolytes to, basically become fodder. Which brings us to. Oh, okay.
Us to the end of this.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. Something just did not work very well in D&D Beyond. Okay, so we are looking at Aviro. Guess what?
Right. What?
As you are peering, and you ducked behind this,
Mm-hmm.
so no one can see you right now, correct?
I suppose he's got his head up.
He does have his head up above the thing and is peering over it, correct?
I mean, it's only 3 feet tall, so like he's a pretty tall guy. Getting completely down would mean to like have to. Yeah,
Like, lay down.
he's just crouched behind it.
All right, you took 14 points of damage as 3 magic missiles from the magical. Hiding will not prevent you from your demise.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Oof.
And then the mage then turns over to his lieutenant. I bore with that mage. Dispatch him.
Bring me his head.
Oh my god.
And he jumps, flips off the 30 feet, lands.
Wow. Cool. If he wasn't a bad guy, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. And he gets to about right there as he, like I said, jump, flips, does the flip,
Superhero
lands, and then just starts, doing the and just banishes this
Arizona.
scimitar. Which brings us to the top of the round.
Great.
Aviro.
Okay.
Save yourself.
Okay. Vero is going to cast Hold Person on that dude that's running at him.
This one right here, the fanatic.
The dude, the guy that just did the flip.
Okay. Hold person. He needs a wisdom
saving throw.
All right, come on. This has got to work. Oh, guess what? Reactionary. Counterspell.
Oh,
The mage counterspells.
Well, okay then. That's my turn.
Run. Get out.
Because I just looked at the mage's spell. It's like, oh, he's got counterspell too. Counterspell. And it basically he just waves his hand, and this crimson light just kind of like sparks off of it. And as the other guys, because what does your hold person spell look like as it manifests around?
It looks like arcane formulae forming like a weave.
Oh. He's
And
just
like a rope
imprisoned
around
by
him.
Matt.
Yeah,
A ribbon.
it's like he's like double helixed inside this.
And as it's double helixing, he kind of waves, and there's spark, and one it's like breaking a chain. A spark just breaks that chain of helixes, and it just dissipates. He's like, all confidently in him. All right. Which brings us to Brynn.
Okay. So I'm gonna use aim.
Okay.
Which means I get advantage on my attack.
Yes,
Thank
you do.
again, Jim. All right. And that is 23 to hit her.
Okay, that hits.
Great. Thanks. And I do get
Did you
sneak attack
roll
on
your
this one, right?
roll your
Yes.
second one in case you get a crit?
I did already.
Oh, okay. I
rolled
didn't
them
know
at
he
the same-
rolled two dice.
Nope, I rolled them
Okay,
at the same
yeah,
time. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you get your critical in here.
Okay, so here I go. So, and then an additional 3d6. 19 points of damage.
19 points of damage. Nice.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
she takes it. You just stab her right in there, and she's just kind of just unmoving, just focused. And she just kind of looks at where you stabbed her, and then her head just turns back, and just this focused, no emotion on her face, just very, very stoic in the blue
Bryn's
skin.
smile fades
And-
a little bit.
And as you realize, you're thinking that she is a genasi species. So she is like, and almost like a blue, like a light white, blue skinned, possibly an air genasi.
Okay.
Anything else, Brynn?
No.
Okay.
Brynn is looking at this wound and like kind of this in her flavor. This probably would have taken out anybody else, and it has not taken her out, and that's scary.
At which point, come on. Just one. First, and you notice that she's giving 3 attacks. So the first unarmed strike is a 25, which is a nat 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So that is
Oh god. Shouldn't have fucking been cocky.
18 points of damage, and I need you to make a dexterity, or actually a strength saving throw.
I'm in trouble, team. I am in trouble. A strength saving throw?
Actually, let me
Okay.
triple check this real quick.
Here
The
comes
target can
consequence,
choose the target
consequence,
succeeds on a
consequence.
strength. Oh yes,
This
no,
is my
you need to
action?
make a strength saving throw. Yes,
8.
8. Okay, you drop your rapier.
Oh shit. Is it on the stairs or
It's
off
on the stairs. It's on the stairs.
Okay, for you. Okay.
A 6 misses with her second shot.
Yeah.
And the last shot, because
Okay.
something special is going on, an 18, will that hit you?
Yes. Oh,
I need
shit.
you to
My
make a
AC is 17.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Constitution.
Constitution saving throw.
Come on. 8.
8.
Oh no.
Suddenly, what happens is she just, as you stabbed her, she just goes whoopish and just hits her forearm, and your blade just drops.
Yeah.
And as she comes around and tries to elbow you, you kind of duck out of the way a little bit. But then you did not see as she jumps up and spin kicks you, and you are just stunned. For 1 round, you are stunned by this unexpected. So you will not be able to do anything next round, as you are stunned.
Okay. Help.
as the protector of the divine has just released Carnage.
Yeah, I imagine this is almost like slow motion as Brynn just like catches one in the jaw and like almost like staggers back, almost falls.
Mm-hmm.
Eesh.
Glastoc, a 5 and a 16 will miss you.
Yeah.
As the two cultists are trying to hit you with their
No, the one's dead.
Oh, that's right. So a 5.
The one
So
cultist.
the one cultist, yeah, he tries to stab you and misses you. So yeah, a 5 doesn't do it. All right, Glastoc.
So after seeing Brynn get pummeled,
That is a good word for it. Because, I mean, it was like suddenly she just jumped up and just didn't have to jump up very hard because Brynn is the martial
On the
artist, has the
stairs.
high ground.
It's over, Anakin.
But just jumped up and just does this flip kick and just whap into Brynn's
Yeah.
face and just stunned her.
okay, Glastoc. Glastoc's going to cast Misty Step
Okay.
and be standing over Brynn.
Okay.
Whoa.
No, she's still
And
standing. So
Right.
still
Well,
up,
I mean, he's
but
basically going to
between-
interpose
yeah.
himself. Yeah.
there's no room to be able to get there, though. You'd have to either be behind her or next to the martial artist
All right.
Or
I'm going to take.
the protector.
I'm going to take an opportunity attack from the cultist.
Okay.
Actually, okay. This is going to sound stupid. The water here.
Yeah.
Can I tell how deep it is?
Not really, but it's probably not too deep.
Okay. Glastoc's going to step into it so that he's here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And then Misty Step here.
Okay. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Is it poison?
I will say it is poison.
Okay. First roll is a 12. Second roll is a 22.
Okay. That 22 helped because just as you get into it, you suddenly feel and your legs start changing into hooves just as you misty step, and just as you're misty stepping away and you land, your feet and this guttural like purple hewn around you dissipates, as if you were in any more time in that pool, you will probably be polymorphing at that time.
Oh
Great.
God.
Okay. And then
Do you
so that was my bonus.
let's just
action.
say like Misty Step saved you from being polymorphed into a sheep.
Okay. Perfect.
And the poison, because you get
Thanks, magic.
advantage on poison.
And then with my regular action,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds and use a sorcery point to give it range.
Okay.
And I'm casting Cure Wounds on Brynn,
Okay.
Thank you.
and she gets 15 hit points back.
15 hit points back.
Wow,
Now,
that's helpful. Thank you.
and because I've
I
been
imagine,
doing
like, Brynn,
multiple.
like, kinda,
Or
sorry,
go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
she doesn't really understand what's happening because her world has kind of gone foggy for a second, but then like when this hits, I imagine cinematically it's very much like like kind of like blinks it away a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I was gonna say I'm trying to remember because I've been doing 2 systems now and converting back and forth, even though there's no attack of opportunity for casting spells.
No, I'm also a Warcaster. So
Okay, yeah, no problem at all. All right, that helps out.
Thank you. Okay.
that's my action.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh my God.
The hobgoblin.
Realizing that Glastoc's not
Not there. The
Weird.
hobgoblin looks at you, Glastoc, and basically says, he's just like, looks at you and gives you this warrior look of like, you just abandoned your teammate to death. Thank you. And just moves up. And let's see what
Oh no. Brynn is gonna blame herself for this shit. Not good.
As he takes the great sword that he has and crashes it down and literally destroys the Aviro's wall with a nat 20
Oh my
and just
God.
comes down and just crashes it and
He only has
breaks
one
it.
hit point
I like that he used his nat 20 on the wall.
on a wall with one hit point.
It's great. Awesome.
And he just looks, and then Aviro, he just kind of looking at you like this. You're meat.
Okay.
Which brings us
That's
there.
the sound he made.
So does this guy use his remaining movement to cross the space between me and him, or does he remain 10 feet away from me or 5 feet away from me?
He's just right there. He's just right there. Yeah, he's not going to move any closer.
So there is a 5 foot space between us.
There is a 5 foot space between it, but he took down the barrier. He literally just crashed it. So, which brings us to, Glastoc. Could you give me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Can. Do I have to?
Yes, you do.
Very like, I don't know, can you?
8. Hold on. They're 13.
A 13,
high
huh?
enough. Yeah.
Son, no. Okay. In your mind, you feel this presence. And you hear the voice to you saying, the divine sheep calls to you. Go to the fountain. And you are compelled to go bathe in the fountain. Your next round, you are going to go however you would like and go to the fountain. I have an idea how that's going to work, and we're going to see how this goes. But yeah.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah, so do I, which might be a savior for you.
Oh my God. Run.
Aviro, a nat 20 on a dagger.
Okay.
Roll 20 right now. Just heard my cries. And you take 5 points of piercing damage from the dagger. You just got stabbed.
Okay.
And does a 9 hit you?
No.
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 Loser.
And then he steps away. He steps back.
Well, if he's
Would you like-
disengaging, then Aviro gets an attack.
He would like to, if you would like to make an
I-
attack of opportunity.
Is that for everyone, or is that special? Like, because I think only fighters get.
No, everybody
No,
can.
but you have to have
Everybody
a handheld weapon. You have to have a handheld weapon and a melee weapon.
And okay, so it has to be a weapon attack. It cannot be a
Yes.
spell,
No,
even if it's a touch attack spell.
no, because
Only
you
if
have to have a
Warcaster.
special. Yeah, unless you have the
Okay.
Warcaster.
Okay.
Do you have any melee weapons in your hand that you can?
He has one.
It's not on him.
Yeah. So yeah.
Use
So
your
you don't make.
pen.
So you don't make
Okay,
the attack of
casino.
opportunity.
No,
And-
With your book.
And he steps back.
with a spell book. Hit him with a spell book.
And as a bonus action, he full comes up, and this spiritual scimitar appears. I need a little scimitar thing. Oh, we'll go. This purple scimitar. Appears right there. So there we go. Aviro, your turn.
Okay. Aviro is going to step. He's going to free action say a quick prayer to Mistra and say, Mistra, we could really use your help. Are you aware of what's being done in this temple? We could really use some help. All
Are you
praise
there,
and
God?
are you there, God? And he steps up and he steps 5 feet forward up to the hobgoblin and he casts light on the hobgoblin's nose.
Okay, give me an
Trying to blind
unarmed
him.
attack.
So
me
it
an-
is a touch attack.
Yeah, give me a
correct?
touch attack. So yeah, so
Well, it's a spell. It's a spell attack for.
It's a
Aviro.
spell attack.
okay, yeah, give me a spell attack.
16.
Oh,
He's not good at this.
actually, that might be just enough. I thought I had him up, but I
Dexterity saving throw to avoid.
Jim, the light on your background picture, like, it looks like it's hitting your head like perfectly.
Oh,
It's perfect. Yeah, it's perfect. Don't change a thing.
you said a dexterity saving throw?
Yes, gets a dexterity saving throw.
That'll be a 2 with a nat 1. He's blind. He's blind. Yeah, I'm not even. Yeah, the 16. Yeah.
Fine.
So then he slips behind him. He
Okay.
uses his remaining movement to
Yep.
move behind.
Trying not
Yep.
to scream because that'll give him away.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the hobgoblin can't see you, but everyone else can.
Correct, but he does step behind Hobgoblin, and that's what he can
he's
do this
basically
turn.
using him as a human shield.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hobgoblin
Yes.
shield.
Which brings us to
Hobgoblin.
Brynn. Brynn, what do you want to do?
She can't do
Well, am I
anything.
still? I'm stunned. I
You're
can't do
stunned.
anything.
Yeah, you got nothing. Yep.
I blink and I kind of take in my surroundings if
Okay.
I can do that.
Yep. So brings us to the divine protector. Since you're stunned, your AC goes down, I believe. A whole bunch of other stuff. 2. 24 hits you?
Yeah.
And you're stunned. Give me a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
Dex at disadvantage. That one.
Oh
Now,
no.
stunned, you automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
And she makes her attack rolls at advantage against Brynn.
Brynn. You took 4 points of damage as you fall to the ground. Right there. As you got basically pushed off the stairs.
Yeah.
Your sword is also fell down next to you, more or less. So there's that. Yeah.
Thank God for small miracles.
Mm-hmm. But then Glastoc.
Thanks, Mistra.
As
Thanks, Mister.
as she turns to hit you, the mage is like, no! And literally, like, inches away from your face as she was about, stops. And just simply walks down the stairs.
Yeah.
And that's what that's going to do.
Does Glastoc get an attack of opportunity?
But Glastoc is all charmed and
No.
shit right now.
No,
Glastoc is charmed.
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
But I think the way it works is, so he's forcing me into a hazard, but
No, I'm not forcing you into a hazard.
aren't you using compulsion?
No, a suggestion.
Oh, okay.
So she just suggested go to the pool and bathe in the pool.
I think I still get the attack of opportunity.
Let's see. Asking a creature. The suggestion causes the action to continue during the suggestion action complied a shorter time. You can also have special conditions. For example,
Because she's still an enemy to me. It's just I'm supposed to walk towards the pool.
yeah, go. Yeah, give me an attack of opportunity. Sure. Yeah.
I would buy that.
Yeah, I'd buy that. Mm-hmm. Miss.
11.
Yeah, you missed. And she's
Worth
gonna
a
make
try.
room for you to walk down towards the pool if you need to. But I don't think that's
Okay.
gonna happen.
No,
The
it's not.
acolyte. Yeah, it's not gonna happen because I know it's gonna happen. The acolyte is going to move over here.
Across the pool.
Nope, he's gonna go around the pool.
They go gently around the pool.
Gently around the pool. Which brings up Glastoc. What are you going to do? Is you've been suggested to go bathe in the pool.
I take the most direct route, which means I fall down 30 feet
Yes, you do.
and take damage.
Yes, you do.
I like to imagine that he just like and like walks off the edge.
Yes, and that is exactly what I was picturing you to do, and was thinking you were going to do, and I fully anticipated that would be the bet. And sure enough, you take 10 points of damage as you fall to the ground, and you need to make another saving throw, I believe.
Brynn's laying on her back,
What?
kind of gotten her wind knocked out, and then all of a sudden here comes
Clang.
right next to her. Hey, Glastoc.
Oh no, the spell ends. I'm sorry, the spell
No, the
ends.
spell ends automatically.
Spell ends
It's
automatically.
taking damage.
Yep,
Yeah.
you take damage. Spell ends.
Ooh.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
all right. Which brings us to
As a
Yeah.
No.
reaction, Brynn turns.
So
like,
now,
is this
so I
going
still have
well?
all my actions and stuff.
you still have an action and a bonus action. Yes.
That's right. Okay, so as a bonus action, I am going to use Second Wind,
Okay.
Nice.
and I get 8 hit
Smart.
points back.
Okay.
Smart.
And then
While Jim is figuring out how to F up these cultists, check us out on spring.com. At spring.com, we have t-shirts, tank tops, and so much more. Spring.com. Just search Emporium for the Wayward Gamer.
We'd also like to thank our affiliates, Talon and Claw and Smuggler's Coffee.
yeah.
Hey,
Plug.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm going to and can I step to here
Where?
without going in the pool. So in other words, I go kind of skirting the pool
Okay.
to here.
You haven't moved.
Yeah, you're not
Oh,
moving.
no. Okay.
there.
Yes, but you would get an attack of opportunity.
Why?
From
Because I'm staying within range. No, I'm staying within range of both of the. Because as soon as I step
Oh,
to
that's
this
right.
point,
Yep.
because
Yep. That's
I'm
very
still
true.
with hers, and now I'm here.
Yep. Okay. Sure. Yep. That's true. All right. So
Okay.
yeah.
Uh,
So that's actually that's your double movement because you moved.
well, I moved 5, 10, fell.
15, so 15 feet.
15, 20, 25.
Okay. So you're there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That would be
All right,
30 more.
and-
But yeah.
Well, which square is she in? Is she in this one?
She's in that one.
Okay, well then I can move to here.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. And that puts me within range of both of them.
Yes.
I'm gonna swing my axe at the monk.
At the monk? Okay.
God damn it, 11.
Missed.
Okay.
Dodges out of the way.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Hobgoblin. It's blind. It's blind. Saving throw?
That's a good question.
I'd say a saving throw. Constitution saving throw to try to do his blindness back?
The light spell does not say, so it would probably be a DM call.
That would be it too. So he fails. So he's just aimlessly wandering around, not doing much.
Does he stumble into the water?
No, he does not.
Damn
He's
it.
smart
Good
enough
thought,
and he's
good
been
thought.
around enough that will not happen.
He knows right where that is.
He does. He does. So as he's
According to the light spell, it says duration 1 hour, and if you succeed on a dexterity saving throw, you avoid the spell. So I would assume if you fail, that thing now is a light for an hour, regardless of what you do.
Well, yeah, so
yeah,
his face is on.
true, but he could potentially do something to mask that or something else like that. But we'll figure that out in a second.
You have to cover his nose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then he's at least got one hand.
Mm-hmm.
And he can't use a sword. A sword's two-handed.
Yes, that's very true. That is very, very true. At which point, oh yeah, we're gonna do this. Magic missiles to Aviro. 9 points of damage.
Shield.
Okay.
Shield
Blocks magic
down.
missiles. Got it.
Yep. I take no damage from magic missiles. My
All
big
right.
book shows up.
Yep.
Big
Alrighty.
textbook. Ching.
Glastoc. 14 misses you, correct?
Yes.
All right. And then this big magical looking scimitar that is floating in air, and a 14 misses you too. So definitely misses you. Aviro, what are you gonna do?
Aviro is going to use his action
Mm-hmm.
and use my fun new thing that I haven't gotten to use yet.
Actually,
Now that I'm
let me I'm going to stop you right there for a second. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're at the top of the round. What we're going to do is we are going to call the game right now. We're going to end the episode and we're going to come back to this
at
at the appropriate time to come back
Amazing.
to it.
Okay.
So,
Good
thank
call.
you everyone for joining us. We will be we're going to do a quick goodbyes everyone. Where can we find you? Jim.
Yeah, go. I'm
No,
Carrie.
seriously.
You can find me on Mini Terrain Domain. Usually we're on Monday nights. We're working on getting back into Scribes and Scrolls. You can find me on some Wednesday nights when we do play Mythos Investigators. And you can also coming up here eventually sometime in probably March on Mini Terrain Domain as well on Thursday nights. We're going to be playing a Kids on Bikes continuing campaign.
Yes.
So that'll be very fun. And we just did our session 0. So that's I'm kind of all over the place. I'm like the wind.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you, Carrie.
Great session, guys. This was a blast.
Jeff.
I'm Jeff. This is tons of fun as always. You can find me here or at home doing homework or in class. That's what I do all the time.
Awesome. Thank you. Jim.
So Jim Hawkmere1 on Twitter. You can find me here, obviously Wednesday nights, playing with these wonderful people, and then also here on the Emporium of the Wayward Gamer for our Star Wars game on Sundays, Shadowport Adventures, where I play Clicky, the bloodthirsty Jawa,
Yes.
who may or may not have committed murder at the last episode. But
Oh yeah, that's gonna be. Oh yeah,
it's only murder if he gets caught.
yeah. That's gonna be entertaining. That's Saturdays. Yeah, that's gonna be.
Oh, Saturday, yeah.
Sundays. I'm sorry, Sunday.
Sundays, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, hi, I'm Jay, also known as NeoFed3 on the socials. You can join me here. We've got a lot of stuff we can talk about. Follow us, subscribe to us, follow our Twitters, and all that wonderful information is going to be there. But we will be back in our next episode, and you will see us, pick up right where we left off. Take care, and be kind, and don't be a jerk. See ya.